Well, I'll kind of open up with a quick comment about the game. It was a very physical, tough, hard-fought football game, much like we expected coming in. That's a very good football team. That's a very difficult team to beat. Won 10 games last year, and a lot of returning starters. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And, it was a tough, physical, evenly matched football game that really came down to the team that made the fewest mistakes. And, we made more mistakes down the stretch than those guys did. And credit them for winning the game. They did a great job. They're very well coached, and their kids play hard, and they're very disciplined, and that's what makes them so difficult to beat. But as I said, we'll learn a lot from this game. I was really proud of the way our players played. I thought we played hard. I thought we showed that we have what it takes to be a good football team. We made too many mistakes. And young football teams have a tendency to do that from time to time, but we're going to need to grow up and learn and continue to get better and better, or to have opportunities to win, because this doesn't get any easier from here. We got a tough schedule, and we just got to keep improving.
Yeah, just raise your hand when you're ready to ask.
Sonny, can you talk about Jared Goff's performance tonight, the good and the bad?
Yeah, I thought. I thought Tony did a good job of managing Jared, particularly early. Tried to get him some high percentage throws and get settled in. And once he settled in, and the game started to slow down for him. And I thought he really played well in the second half. We had the two balls that were tipped that flew right to their players. Which proved to be the difference in the ball game. Those two balls were tipped, flew right to a linebacker on the run, and they returned them both for touchdowns. And so. We'll learn from that. I mean, we've got to do a good job finding throwing lanes and shuffling and making sure those balls don't get tipped, and that'll be something that we improve on in the future. And I thought it was a heck of a performance by a young kid. I mean, to come in and throw for 455 yards in your first ball game is pretty impressive, and he'll continue to get better and better and take better care of the football. But I thought overall it was a heck of a way to start.
When did you decide to have Tony on the sidelines with him instead of the booth, and will you continue to do that?
That's something I think we'll play it week to week and see. We're such a young football team. We thought it would be good to have him down there just to be able to talk to kids and get a feel for what the ebb and flows of the game were. And we'll look at it next week and see. I would think at some point he'll go back up in the box. It's much easier to call the football game from the press box, but both Andy and Tony were down. As I said, we wanted to make sure that we could look our players in the eye and get them settled down when we needed to.
You talk about getting guys settled down. What kind of things were you and Coach Franklin saying to Jared and other offensive players after things like those tipped interceptions happened?
Well, the good thing about us is we're used to making comebacks. I mean, that's our teams always play hard. They play every play of the game hard, and that's a trademark of the football teams we've coached in the past. And this team will be that way, and I thought they were that way tonight. And so what they'll learn is that they're never out of a ball game. No matter what the score is, there's always an opportunity to figure out a way to win, and we'll pull some rabbits out of a hat. So we just told them keep doing what they were doing, believe in themselves, learn from it, and we have 99 plays to sit down and show our players this week, and they'll learn something from every single play that we played, and we'll be a lot better football team next Saturday. We're going to need to be. Portland State, won 57-17 on Thursday. They're going to have a couple of days to get prepared for us, and it'll be a tough, physical, hard-fought football game next week. We're going to need to play well.
Hey, Coach. Your Louisiana Tech teams were some of the most balanced in the country in terms of run-to-pass last year. Today, your run-to-pass ratio was almost 2-to-1. Was that just a product of playing from behind, or was that from kind of continued trust in Goff?
Yeah, I think we're disappointed in the way we ran the ball. We need to run the football better than we did today. I mean, that's a trademark of ours, is to run the ball better, and this team will run it better. We've just got to do a better job up front, finishing some blocks. That unit up front's very young. It's going to be a heck of a unit, but part of their maturation is going to be learning how to finish, stay on blocks, and we were close to popping a couple of plays. Didn't get anything popped, any long ones, and we kept waiting for somebody, Bigelow or Lasco or Calfani, one of those guys, to pop a long one. But you got to give Northwestern credit. I thought Northwestern tackled well. They play incredibly hard. They do a good job running to the football, and and we just couldn't quite get loose.
Would you say that the run blocking? Would you say that run blocking is behind the pass blocking for this line?
I think that's one of the strengths of Northwestern's football teams, their defensive front. I mean, they're very good against the run, and we knew coming in it was going to be challenging to run the ball. Their safeties got down in the box a lot to help support the run, and that's what opened the posts up behind in some of the deep throws. And so, what we tried to do was take what they gave us, and they were consistently getting their safeties involved in the run game, and so that gave us a chance to get over the top of those guys.
Scotty, can you comment on some injuries, Sebastian, Cochran, Fort, and maybe Bigelow at the end? And also, can you tell us what you saw on the play that got McCain ejected? Do you think that was...
You know what? I didn't see the play at all. I was hoping to see a replay, and they didn't show a replay, so I didn't see the play at all. I was watching.
That was because
I think they just said it was just targeting was all they told me. That was targeting. So I mean, it's something, again, it'll be a good learning experience for us. I mean, it's obviously something we can't do, and Chris will be suspended for the first half of next week's game.
So the injuries?
Injuries, we don't know anything definite on anybody yet. We'll see. I think Avery had an ankle.
Cochran.
Yeah, Cochran had a shoulder.
Fort.
Kyrie, I think got maybe a head. I don't know exactly to what extent. And same thing with Bigelow.
It was the head, not the shoulder.
Yeah, I believe so.
Down front.
Northwestern had a lot of defensive injuries. How much did that affect the rhythm of your offense? And was that frustrating?
Yeah, it affected it a lot. It was just unusual. It seemed like every time we'd make a first down, they would have an injury. I hadn't seen that, didn't expect to see that. Was disappointed that I saw that, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Seems like the fans thought they were faking it. Did you share that sentiment?
Probably better if I don't say.
Okay, good. Let's go to the start of the game. The decision to fake the field goal, was that something you guys had kind of dictated during the week, that if a situation like that had happened, you'd do that?
Yeah, it was one of those things you had to get a feel for it, and we had a particular look that we were looking for, and they gave us the look, and credit Mark Tomerdal did a good job of recognizing that, coming up with that fake, and I thought we needed to play incredibly aggressive. I thought our players needed to see that as coaches we were playing to win, not to lose, not to not lose. And so I thought that was very, very important to send that message to our players and, quite frankly, to our fans. And so, they executed it very well, and it was good to see, Vince throw that ball for a touchdown.
How often did you practice that play?
We practiced it, many times through the week this week.